Hey everybody, this is Greg DeRocher from Safe Ride for Kids, where our mission is to help you make every arrival a safe arrival for you and your family. Today we're going to be talking about the tummy shield, and I'm going to go in a little bit more depth about what exactly it is, how is it made, what does it consist of. You know, we've been getting a lot of questions recently about it, and we think that Periscope is a really good platform to do a quick shout out, a quick training on what it is. So remember to hit that heart button, give us lots of likes, lots of hearts on the Periscope if you like what you heard, and remember to share it with your friends. We're going to have, it's available here for 24 hours, and then we'll also pull this recording out and post it on our blog, on our website as well. Really, why am I here? What's the background behind this? My background is 18 years in the fire service. I was a firefighter, paramedic, and as part of that career, I became a car seat safety technician. Through that experience and training, and I also have been an instructor of the car seat safety program for 15 years. Through all of that, there were certain products that I came to realize were great products that were undermarketed, and about 3 years ago, my wife and our good friends Jeff and Stephanie went into business together to help share these products along with amazing education and information, really to help parents make every arrival a safe arrival. And through all of that, we came across the tummy shield. Now, the tummy shield addresses a stage of development that there's really nothing else on the market that effectively addresses seatbelt safety during pregnancy. You know, we are all very motivated to put our kids in car seats and keep them as safe as possible from the time they're born and beyond, but there was never really a good way, a great way to keep them safe during the pregnancy stage. So when we came across the tummy shield, it made intuitive sense to me as a firefighter, as a paramedic, that there should be, you know, something to redirect the lap portion of the seatbelt. And then also as a father of three, my children are 9, 8, and 3 years old, and went through I went through our pregnancies with my wife, and the seatbelt constantly was driving her nuts. You know, to say she was a distracted driver is a little bit of an understatement. She was constantly pulling at the seatbelt, tugging at it, driving one-handed, with the other hand holding the seatbelt off of irritating her abdomen. So we realized that there is a need there. There's a need for the seatbelt the need to address the positioning of the seatbelt during this special needs time frame called pregnancy. So when we found the tummy shield and looked into it, the story is that George lives in Australia. He's an engineer by trade. About 20 years ago, he had a daughter who was born with a traumatic brain injury. And that brain injury was the result of him slamming on the brakes to avoid a crash while his wife was pregnant. She was about 6-7 months pregnant. After she was born, and they started tracing back how she got this traumatic brain injury, that was the event that they identified was the issue. At that point in time, he created a very rough product that was intended to be only used for his wife. Fast forward 8 to 10 years, there's still nothing else on the market to address the positioning of the seatbelt for the pregnant mother. At that point, George pursued engineering, crash testing, and bringing a product to market, and that product is what is now the tummy shield, and that was launched in Australia in 2008. Safe Ride for Kids is in the unique and honored position of bringing this product to the U.S., and we are very, very happy to be able to bring this to you and give you a comfortable and safe way to use this your vehicle seatbelt during pregnancy. So let's talk a little bit about what it does and how it works. This is current best practice recommendation. Wearing the seatbelt under the belly, on top of the legs, as low as possible, with the shoulder portion between the breasts, mid-chest, mid-shoulder. According to NHTSA, that is optimum seatbelt positioning right now. Depending on which stage of development the baby is in, early in the pregnancy, the uterus is just protruding out of the protection of the pelvic bones and is susceptible to that seatbelt intruding into the abdomen area. Later in the pregnancy, the baby can be head down in that same positioning into the pelvis, and the baby is at risk of direct injury from the seatbelt. You're going to be seeing some websites from a woman who contacted us in early November, just a couple weeks really, after she had lost her baby Bailey in a car crash. She was 8 months pregnant with Bailey, and Bailey passed away from severe head injury as a result of the seatbelt because Taylor, the mother, was the passenger in the vehicle. So the seatbelt, doing its job of protecting Taylor, actually caused direct injury to Bailey, unsurvivable injury. And we're going to be sharing some videos about that, so stay tuned for that. So what the tummy shield does is creates an anchor point between the mother's legs into which the vehicle's lap belt is connected. And here's what the tummy shield looks like. You know, if you see a picture of it on the internet, if you get one for yourself or a loved one who's pregnant, this is what it's going to look like when it comes out of the box. Excuse me. Now, it looks like there's not much to it. But what it is, and I'll show you here in a minute, this is a single piece construction stainless steel plate that is injection molded into a foam cushion. This strap is anchored to the plate here and wraps the vehicle seat to keep this positioned. And then just for a use, there's a little tab here that is the guide to make sure that the pregnant mother is positioning the tummy shield correctly. We don't want to go too far forward because that could potentially introduce too much slack and allow the pregnant occupant to slide too far forward in a crash. You know, and I keep saying pregnant occupant, but the reality is the tummy shield can be used in other special needs scenarios. We have customers who have colostomy bags or injection ports or other abdominal surgeries where they want to protect that abdomen from seatbelt injury or from seatbelt pressure or irritation. So there are multiple uses, so any adult occupant can use it. So that's what it looks like when it comes out of the box. Most people, when you hand it to them, go like, oh my goodness, it's really heavy, because it is. It's about 8 pounds of stainless steel, single piece construction. So there are no joints, there are no rivets, there's nothing to come apart. And the way that George engineered it is he engineered it to be at least as strong as the vehicle's seatbelt system itself. My belief is that it's probably stronger, but I haven't tested that theory yet. So here's what's inside the tummy shield. So the buckle or the strap here actually comes through and anchors to the plate so that it is physically anchored. It's injection molded into the foam. I've removed the foam here on the top so that we can demonstrate what's inside. And you'll notice that it's single piece. There's nothing to come apart or break. So if you think about the bolt that holds your seatbelt to the vehicle, you know, there's at least 3 or 4 more times the contact surface area there. And, you know, I've been trying to figure out, how do I actually communicate over video what it's made of? So I got a little hammer here, and you can tell it's a very substantial piece of equipment. One of the common questions that we get is, well, what about the legs? And that's a really great question and a concern. And when you read the instructions on the box or on the tummy shield, which are included right here on the bottom, there is a warning from the manufacturer. There is the risk of leg injury. But I would ask you to consider this. The pelvis is essentially an open bowl type structure. And the seatbelt is intended to go across the top of that structure, right into this area here. If there is enough force to injure the legs, the femurs, the top, the lower part of the pelvis, or the femurs, if there were enough force to injure the legs, can we imagine what would have happened to the baby and the pregnancy organs and pelvis in this scenario, in that same crash? We're not making any claims that we're going to take away the potential of all injury. What the claim of the tummy shield is that we're going to put the odds in mom and baby's favor. We're going to redirect the crash energy to the legs. We're going to increase the contact surface area with the mother, thereby taking the same amount of energy and transferring it to more of the body, thereby reducing injury potential. And we're going to continue to contact the strongest parts of the body, which all of those are core principles of car seat safety, design, and education. So that's a quick overview of the tummy shield, what it's intended to do, what it looks like out of the box, and how it's actually built. We love bringing you guys great education, great information. If you liked this and you want to get more of it, follow us on social media, visit our website at Safe Ride for Kids and join our newsletter, and share this with your friends. You know, there are 4 million pregnancies in the United States every year. And according to one study, about 170,000 pregnant women are involved in car crashes annually. Of those 170,000 that are involved in car crashes, our estimate is, based on the studies we've researched, approximately 3,000 otherwise healthy pregnancies are lost to miscarriage as a result of being in a car crash. We believe that the tummy shield will put the odds in the pregnant mother's favor. So with that, remember that safety is really about making informed decisions that put the odds in your favor. I'm Greg DeRocher from Safe Ride for Kids. Thanks for joining us here on Periscope. Look forward to seeing you on social media, and if you have any questions, we'd love to answer those at any time. Thanks very much, and have a great day.